Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ahmed Khan and I welcome you to my channel, which is Tutor and Mentor. The topic which we are gonna discuss today is the nature of roots. But before starting the topic, I would like you to kindly subscribe my channel, like this video and comment about your reviews, whatever they are, okay? So what are the nature of roots? What does the word root mean? This is what we are gonna discuss in this video. So let's start. Now the first thing which I want you to know is that the topic tells you about what we are gonna discuss. The topic for today's video is the nature of the roots of a quadratic equation. We are gonna discuss particularly the quadratic equations, an equation which has two roots. The degree of an equation is 2. So we are gonna discuss that what will be the roots. Will they be rational, equal, unequal, irrational, complex, whatsoever, okay? We will discuss. But first of all, you must know what is a root. See, a root is just nothing but a particular point at which corresponding value of another coordinate is 0. For example, for x is equals to 5, y is equals to 0, that is the root of the equation, okay? We have discussed that in the previous videos. You can find them in the playlist Quadratic Equations, okay? So just starting the topic. See, the roots of the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c. This is what? This is the general form of quadratic equation. Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, okay? Where a is not equal to 0, because of if a is equal to 0, this equation will reduce to a linear equation which we don't want, okay? So for equation to be a quadratic equation, the coefficient of x square must not be 0, okay? So we know that the roots of this quadratic equation will be minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac whole over 2a. This is what? This is a quadratic formula. If you do remember, we find the roots of a quadratic equation using the quadratic formula, which is minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac whole over 2a. But one thing, if you will notice, that for a root to be complex, it all depends upon what do we get under the square root. Our nature of root will depend upon what is the result of this term, basically b square minus 4ac. If it will be greater than 0, if it will be equal to 0, if it will be less than 0, the nature of roots, the conditions for the roots, if either they will be complex or rational or irrational, depend upon this value, which is b square minus 4ac. So we use this expression b square minus 4ac and we have named it discriminant, okay? Discriminant of an equation. And its discriminant is what? B square minus 4ac. It is the discriminant for an equation, for this equation, quadratic equation. So when a, b and c belongs to rational numbers, q, rational numbers are denoted by q. We have already learned that. So what are the conditions? See, this b square minus 4ac, which we have named discriminant, either it can be greater than 0, either it can be less than 0, either it can be equal to 0. These are the three conditions: greater than 0, equal to 0 or less than 0. But we have distributed these properties in 4 conditions. The first one is what? These are the 4 conditions basically which will let us know what will be our roots, what will be the nature of the roots which we will get from this quadratic equation. The first condition is what? We suppose that this discriminant b square minus 4ac is greater than 0 and is a perfect square, okay? Condition is what? B square minus 4ac. It is what? It is greater than 0 and it is also a perfect square. Then what? Then our roots are rational and unequal, okay? अगर हमारा discriminant जो है वो greater than 0 है तो हमारे और दूसरी कंडीशन क्या है? परफेक्ट स्क्वायर भी है, ग्रेटर देन 0 है और परफेक्ट स्क्वायर है, तो हमारे रूट्स क्या होंगे? दे विल बी रेशनल एंड अनइक्वल, ओके? द फर्स्ट कंडीशन. नाउ द सेकंड वन इज व्हाट? b square minus 4ac is greater than 0 and is not a perfect square, so roots are irrational and unequal, okay? The third condition, If b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, then roots are rational and equal. And the fourth and the last condition is what? If b square minus 4ac is less than 0, then our roots will be imaginary, or we can say complex conjugate. But why? The reason behind this, that if the discriminant is less than 0, then our roots are imaginary, is, see, if we get a negative value in this under root, means the result of b square minus 4ac is less than 0, then we will get a value which is negative in under this square root. And we know that the under root of a negative term does not exist. It will be a complex number. So that is why we can just generally say, by looking out for the discriminant, then if this b square minus 4ac is less than 0, then our roots will be what? They will be complex. Okay, they will be imaginary. I have just took a simple example just to let you know and elaborate how this works, how we can use the discriminant to find out the nature of the roots for the quadratic equation. So the example is what? I have took an quadratic equation which is x square minus 5x plus 5. ठीक है जी, ये quadratic equation मैंने ले ली. Now what do we first want to know? We want to know the coefficients. Coefficient of what? Coefficient of x square, coefficient of x, and the constant term. So the coefficient of x square is a, which is equals to 1 in this equation. As it is, the coefficient of x is minus 5, which is b, and the constant term is 5, which is c. Okay, so we know that a is equals to 1, b is equals to minus 5, and c is equals to 5. Now we are going to use the discriminant to know the nature of the roots for this equation. And what is discriminant equal to? It is equal to b square minus 4ac. Now putting these values in this formula, discriminant will be what? It will be a minus 5 square minus 4 1 into 5, which is b square minus 4ac. Okay, so now just simplifying this, minus 5 square will be what? It will be a 25, because of the power is even, and minus 5 into minus 5 will be what? Minus into minus plus, 5 into 5 is 25. So minus 5 whole square is equal to 25. Next we have minus 4ac, means minus 4 1 5. So 4 into 1 is 4, and 4 into 5 is 20, and minus plus minus. So it will be a 25 minus 20, which is equals to 5. Okay, so this is what we have got the determinant. So we had 4 conditions: either it is greater than 0 and a perfect square, either it is greater than 0 and not a perfect square, either it is equal to 0, or either it is less than 0. So what do we have got here? It is greater than 0. Okay, and greater than 0, and it is not a perfect square. Okay, it is not a perfect square. We don't have two values which we multiply and get this. Okay, there does not exist any such value. So we got 5, which is greater than 0 and not a perfect square. So which condition will apply? See, this one. B square minus 4ac is greater than 0? Yes, it is greater than 0. And is not a perfect square? Yes, it is not a perfect square. So what our roots will be? The roots are irrational and unequal. Okay, we can just directly tell them that the roots, thus roots are irrational and unequal. We just got to know that how we can find out without solving the quadratic equation what will be the nature of roots. But now I will just prove that the roots will be irrational and unequal, because we have not just solved the equation, we just predicted the nature of the roots with using the discriminant. So now solving this quadratic equation, we will use the quadratic formula, which is minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac whole over 2a. Now putting the values of a, b and c in this formula, it will be minus into minus 5 plus minus under root minus 5 whole square minus 4 ac, means minus 4 into 1 into 5 whole over 2 into a, which is 2 into 1. Okay, so simplifying this, see, minus into minus will be plus 5 plus minus under root, the square of minus 5 is 25 minus 4 1s are 4 and 4 5s are 20. So minus 20 whole over 2 1s are 2. So divided by 2. So this is what we have got. Again simplifying it. So it will be 5 plus minus under root 25 minus 20 is what? 5. So we have got 5 plus minus under root 5 over 2. What I want to let you know is, what is the value of under root of 5? It is 2.2360678. Okay. which is what? Which is a irrational number. Under root 5 is what? It is an irrational number, the square root of 5. So this is what we got to know, that either it is 5 plus under root 5 over 2 or 5 minus under root 5 over 2. This is the evidence that our roots are irrational and unequal. We are gonna first add this in 5, we will get again an irrational number, and if we subtract this in 5 and then divide by 2, again we will get what? We will get an irrational number. So this is what I wanted to let you know, that without using anything, we have got this discriminant, and it is very useful. This is a technique which you can use to know what will be the nature of roots. Either the roots will be equal or unequal, rational, irrational, complex, or whatsoever. Okay, so I hope so that this video was helpful for you. If this video was helpful for you, then kindly subscribe my channel, like the videos, and comment if you have any question. Your own Ahmed Khan signing off from the channel Tutor and Mentor. Thank you. Khuda Hafiz.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is pain.